Alrighty, so I just started recording. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple things. One being motivation, or the word motivation, and the other being about working towards those goals that you talked about a couple of weeks ago and what it takes to get there. So first of all, let's talk about motivation. I talked about it a little bit in our very first call about a motivation. And I've heard this a few times because I've been trying to look up some really good personal development on what it really means. And honestly, motivation is really a buzzword. Motivation is not something you just get. It's not something that just comes to you and all of a sudden you're feeling, oh, it comes from something else. Now, granted, there are days that we feel better than other days, like we just woke up and we're feeling more energized and things like that. That's not motivation. That quote-unquote word motivation comes to people who, as I said before, have systems in place. And those systems are what we're doing now with these groups and with or with these calls and with the things that we've been talking about with our vision and our goals and figuring out our step-by-step plan. It's and our business hours. It's basically setting the stage for us. So when it's time to be quote unquote motivated, it's easy. Okay. So motivation is more when things are easier for us. Like I said, there's days that you wake up and you're feeling better. Obviously, when you have a cold or you have the flu, you're not feeling well. So it's not going to be easy for you to do those things that you are wanting to do. I'm still feeling like there's maybe, okay, I think we're all muted. There we go. And that's the same thing for our business. If we don't have things set up for us, we are not going to be quote unquote motivated. When we lose control of what's going on during our week, and I'm not suggesting we should all be control freaks by any means, but what I'm suggesting is that we are treating this business as a true business. And when you're, hi, are you going to bed? Ava's coming in. And when you are trying to work a business, you're going to have systems in place. Now let's think about a traditional type of business. They will have all these things set in place. This is a non-traditional type of business, so it is hard for us to wrap our minds around, what it should look like. Okay, so it sometimes feels like this is just fun or play, and it is fun and play. I enjoy it, and I know you all do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. But at the same time, it is a serious business with significant income potential, significant life transformation potential. It has significant potential to change lots and lots and lots of people and help them in many ways, inside and out, financially, and in lots of other ways that, and I know that's why you all got involved with this. So that's what I just want to tap back into that. And I know you guys are all working hard at developing those systems for yourself. And I know it's tricky sometimes because when we're working another job, or you're a busy mom with a bunch of kids at home or whatever, you've got other things that already fill up your time. It's reorganizing your whole life and thinking about this a little differently. How am I going to make this a priority? Because it's got to be a priority. And how does that reprioritize your other values in your life? And I'm not suggesting to spend less time with your kids or spend less time with your faith or anything like that. I'm talking about the other things that may be more white noise in our lives, because there is always room for adjusting. And so that's where I challenge you all to focus on that, because it needs to be a priority. I see Ava's trying to get her face in there. Anyway, so that's my little spiel about that. And believe me, I'm speaking to myself too, because I sometimes get off track. Yes, this is what she sent me. Can you please come upstairs when you are done? Yes or no? Anyway, so I'm not talking from a pedestal. I'm definitely in the same boat with you all, but And so sometimes I look up things like, I don't know if you notice, I posted a thing on Gary Vaynerchuk. He's awesome. He is so in your face. I posted it in the All-Stars, just the Team All-Stars page. He's so in your face, but he's so successful and he's so right on. So, you know, look at his YouTube videos. He's got tons of them. And I just love him. But anyway, so that's my thing about motivation. So keep that in mind as you're continuing to, some of you already are cruising on your business hours and you're doing your to-dos and you're doing your things and you're keeping your vision board up and you're doing this, that, and the other. Some of you are still working on it. We're all in different phases, and that's totally okay, because some of us are already all in. Some of us are in the beginning stages. Some of us are in between. Some of us are trying to figure out where we're at. Okay. And that's totally okay. We're all in different phases, but I want you to identify where you want to be. And when you identify where you want to be, you need to start behaving in that way. So like if you want to be, I'm just being extreme here, a top 10 coach, technically you would have to start behaving like a top 10 coach. Now, that's a little crazy because top 10 coaches, they're crazy. I'm telling you right now, they spend a lot of time on the business. But for me, my goal is not to be a top 10 coach. I have no interest in that. I'd like to be a six-figure earner. So what I'm trying to do is behave as a six-figure earner and what they do. And I've used TeamZ to help me out with that. And, you know, I've brought that up before. I'm not saying you have to use TeamZ because it does cost money. It's $30 a month, but it really helps you. It breaks down exactly. If you want to, I put in there, I want to earn $200,000 a year. And it tells me exactly what I should do to be a $200,000 a year earner, because TeamZ was developed by a Beachbody coach. So am I saying it's foolproof? No, but it really helps me have focus. So consider that. If you're trying to still figure out your tracking system. And some people have shared, like, I'm not sure about the money. And I even talked about this with my husband. I'm like, it's $30 a month. He's like, Sarah, if you just sell one extra challenge pack a month, it's already paid for it. And I think it's going to benefit me more than that. I think it's going to sell me more than that. One extra challenge pack a month. I think it's going to help me build more coaches, and it's going to help me stay focused a lot better. So I think it's worth it, and it's a tax write-off. So I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, all of you have amazing visions. I think everyone's got a everyone's kind of got a similar idea of what they want in the future with some different avenues. And obviously we all have different life circumstances. And I love that. Yes, I love TeamZ too. It's really helping me. And I want you to keep that vision up somewhere where you see it. Some of you are in that Josh Coates 1 week month training, and almost every day he's wanting us to repost our vision. I'm like, I got to write it again. But what he's doing is keeping it fresh in our mind, because when we're doing our business vitals, our vision needs to be constantly on our mind. So it doesn't, so we can kind of keep the big picture in mind, that this isn't just about sending invitations. This isn't just about fulfilling the checkoff boxes for TeamZ or whatever, you know. This is about, you know, whatever your big life vision is. It's about helping other people reach their goals. It's about working together as a team, as we're doing right now. It's about connecting with each other and our team and with our challengers. So keeping that vision posted helps us keep us in check, really, about, and keeps us genuine and just sort of authentic. That's the word I was thinking, authentic with what we're doing. So to get to where we want to be, now all of you have mentioned some sort of rank advancement along the way with either your goal or your vision. And so with rank advancement means that we have to do invitations. Invitations. It needs to be part of your daily practice every day. At no questions asked, no excuses, because honestly, it doesn't have to take a long time, but it needs to be done every day. And I know all of us have fears. Some days I feel super confident with invites, and some days I don't. So I'm right with you. You know, but it is a part of our business. And I think part of it for us has to be a change in how we view invitations, that it's not this icky thing, or it doesn't have to be this like scary thing, that we have to reframe our thinking that this is, you know, this, okay, first of all, we have to think about what has coaching done for us personally. I'm not talking necessarily financially. Well, financially is probably on on the list. What has it done for you emotionally? What has it done for you physically? And I want you to really dig deep and think about that, what it has done for you. I was just talking to one of my coaches a couple of days ago. I don't think she's on the call right now. I'm not sure. But anyway, we were talking about it, and the fear of inviting came up. And I said, Wendy is my upline sponsor. Had she not invited me to this coaching opportunity, I just don't even know where my life would be right now, because Beachbody has flipped my life upside down in a lot of ways. My life changed a lot in the last 3 years as a result of the coaching opportunity. Financially, it's affected us significantly. It gave us the opportunity to move. And I told her, I said, I probably wouldn't have Brady, because I believe in that butterfly effect where things change, whatever. But, I just think that I really try to dig deep to that when I start having those fears of like, if Wendy hadn't talked to me about this, what would my life be like right now? Like, I just am so grateful for that. So it's really thinking about the invitation process as providing an opportunity for other people, that this could be a blessing for them. You're offering a potential solution for them. Okay, so whether they're struggling with finances, or whether they're struggling with their weight or their body image, or whether they're struggling with, sorry, I was just looking at a text message. I lost my train of thought. Finances, body weight, image, or, just socially want to get involved with a network of women or whatever it may be. We're offering something that is of value to them. And that's what we really need to focus on. So we have to kind of keep that in mind when we are getting down to invite. And so that might mean getting your mind frame set before you sit down and invite. It shouldn't be on the fly, I'm going to send out 3 invites real quick. It needs to be like, I've got my mind set in a good place. I've got, maybe you do your PD right before. I do my invites now. I used to kind of do them on my phone on the fly. I now do them at my computer during my business hours. I don't do them beyond that. Plus, it helps me track. But I need to be in a good mind frame for it, in that, like, I know that this is a blessing. It should not come across as anything different. It helps to think of it as a compliment to someone. Maybe they would be flattered to hear you think they'd be an awesome fit in your challenge group. Yes, definitely. I agree with Christy. Absolutely. And it needs to be looked at that way. And it's all about how you, talk about that. Now, there's a few different ways that we can present the coaching opportunity. Sarah offered a great way that it's just one way that she did it, and she posted it in our group, and how we had that event last night, and those top people who are your dream team. So she kind of gave some ideas in that. That's a really great way. That's one really great way to approach it. That's we call a cold invite. And I do that. And I actually did that with a girl who came on the event last night, and she's signing up, and she's super excited. So I'm excited about her. She is someone that's just willing to fit. She's never bought a program from me or anything, and I did that cold invite. Now she's interested and excited about it. So that does work from time to time. And again, I encourage you to develop a list of people you would love to have on your team. Where did I meet her? I work with her. She works in my school district. So she's a kindergarten teacher in my district. So anyway, she doesn't work in my building anymore, but we still stay connected and stuff like that. And anyway, so that's just, but so that does work. So consider that script that Sarah wrote, make it your own. Obviously, we don't want to copy word for word. We want to have our own personality and our own, and we want to be genuine, and we want that to come across. Also, another big thing is that we have to continue doing, and I was talking to, Stephanie and I were just talking a few minutes ago, Lewandowski, talking about, so you just got to build relationships. That's like building a foundation, and that's okay. If you're not selling challenge packs right off the bat, you are in the building phase. And part of that building is posting. You got to stay consistent with posting about fitness, nutrition, something you're passionate about, your fitness journey, just lifestyle stuff, things that are part of who you are. Make sure you're doing that consistently and consistently building those relationships. And I know some of you have asked, like, where are you finding these people? Well, we have to keep building our network. And that was a question the girl that's going to sign up was asking me today. How do you find these people? Well, we do start with our Facebook page. Obviously, we already have a network of people on our Facebook page. So it's a good place to start. And when I was a coach to begin with, I simply just started reaching out to people that I hadn't talked to in a while and was just like, hey, how's it going? And just reconnected as a friend. I didn't even bring up Beachbody. Eventually, many times it came up. So that's one way that I did it I didn't have a like page. I wasn't on Instagram or anything like that. And that was, that helped me build, and it helped me hit Success Club every month for a while. And then about a year in, I dried up that market because I pretty much talked to everyone on my Facebook page. And so continuing to add to your network, which can be tricky because I know sometimes they're like, who else should I ask to be a friend? And it may seem weird to friend request these people. And I totally get that. I got to that point too, like I don't know anyone else. Well, I developed a like page. Fitness pages can be tricky though. So I definitely recommend getting involved in any Jesse Regan trainings, which he's got the free one going on. I did a paid one. And I was just talking to Lindsay earlier about I need to get in there and re-access some information to share with you all. And I didn't get a chance to do that today. I was doing a lot of catch-up stuff today, but that's on my to-do list to help you guys out because he's really helpful with creating traction on your like page. And who is a master at it right now is Rachel Baldwin. I don't think she's on this call, but she's on our team, and she works only from her like page, and she's extremely successful. She's always in the Success Club 20s, and she does not do anything from her personal page. So Jesse Regan actually reached out to her and asked her to do to talk live for one of his trainings. I don't know if it's for this current one or not. I have to talk to her and find out. But she's really had a lot of success with that. So I recommend that. And I do actually meet a lot of people on Instagram. It's an easy way. People just kind of have a different mentality when you reach out to them. Oh, she did? Oh, okay. See, I'm behind the 8 ball. I feel bad. I need to check that out. So, oh, that's cool. I need to check. I'm in there. So if you're not in there, one of us know. We'll send you the invite for the free training. Yeah, Rachel has she is doing awesome on her fitness page. If you're not following her, follow her and take a look at how she does her posts. I'm not saying you should copy her, but you can tell her posts are clear. Her pictures are, there's not a lot of mess in the background. They're just good photos, and her messages are very clear. And it's visually appealing to the eye, and she's consistent every day. There's always she's always sharing her fitness journey. She's always sharing about the things she's passionate about. She's always bringing up and talking about Shakeology and the benefits in different areas of her life. And there's some funny parts and things like that. So it's really been, do I move people from my Instagram to my Facebook page? Once I create relationships with them, yes, I do. So what I do with Instagram is that, I do the Instagram thing, which we all know if you're using it, it's tricky and you sometimes get some goofballs in there. I won't go into details on that one, but if you're doing it, you know what I'm talking about. So you have to kind of be careful with that, but it is a good way to expand your reach on there. Yes, naked people. It has happened. So be careful about that. It's happened to me twice, and it hasn't happened to me in a while. And so it's tricky, but if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine too. It's just, you'll have more work ahead of you. But every day, look for people on Instagram. You can look through hashtags like fit mom or fit after pregnancy or fit after 40 or whatever, do some hashtags and it will bring up some people, and you kind of look through them and follow. And then I immediately send them a message. If I really like their page, I'll be like, hey, I love your Instagram account. And I think it's really cool. Stephanie, yes, Stephanie does kind of attract some of the goofballs. Anyway, and so I'll message them and be like, hey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Your kids are super cute or whatever resonates with me on their page. Or if they have a fitness transformation and I can clearly tell they're not in Beachbody or It Works. Well, I have talked to some It Works people that are like kind of done with the business. And I don't try to convince people to change their business, but I generally stay away from people that are already involved with the network marketing. But anyway, so I'll message them, and if they have a transformation, or if they're clearly working out, I'll message them and be like, you're so inspirational. And I just start a conversation. I don't even bring up like Beachbody. And I create that relationship. And then at some point it does come up where I'll talk about like, hey, have you ever considered, and I think I posted my scripts last week, or I did post the scripts last week. Have you ever considered blah, blah, blah. And then I will talk to them about, hey, let's connect on Facebook because I have some really cool free groups, or if they're interested in a challenge group, like let's get over there. And so I've made a few friends that way. And I'm sure there's lots of other strategies you could use. That's just the Josh Coates way that I've been using. And it's been helpful for me. And like I said, I'm still figuring things out, but Instagram I think is a lot easier to meet people than Facebook. So that's just my thing. Let's see, what else did I want to say here? Definitely want to build those relationships. And when we're thinking about invitations, it's, again, we're thinking about sharing. We're not, it's a sharing opportunity. It doesn't have to be like the scary thing that some of us build up in our mind at times. And when people say no, it's not right now. And if you've ever heard of go for no, which I know many of you have, go for no means every no you get is one more no closer to a yes. And so it's all in your mind frame, because if you invite 100 people, you're going to have yeses in there, period. So if you're concerned about all the no's you're getting, invite more people. Yes, you're going to dissect like how you're talking to people and what your process is. But bottom line is the people that are more successful are inviting more people. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. So the more people you invite, the more people you're going to get to say yes. So as far as getting back to the invitation with the coaches, we talked a little bit about, Sarah talked last week about how, you can use your challenge groups as a way. I think those are the honestly, probably the best way to get really good coaches, because they are already products of the product. They may already have a transformation or starting to have a transformation. And you, as you know, to be in network marketing or any other sort of quote unquote sales, you have to really believe in the product to be successful. And I believe you can't, it has to come from within. So often starting with your challengers is a really great way. Discount coaches are also a really great way to get a coach. And I think it's totally okay to have discount coaches. Why? Some people have thought that it's not a great idea to have discount coaches. I think it's great because A, they are investing themselves in Shakeology. They're committing probably to more than 1 month of Shakeology. Sometimes when you get someone that buys a challenge pack, they'll do it for a month and they'll be like, I don't want to do it anymore because I got the program and I'm cool with that. But when you get a discount coach, they're getting invested in not necessarily selling or anything like that, but they're investing themselves in the program and in with Shakeology. So they're investing in their health. So getting those discount coaches can be really amazing. And Rachel, again, going back to Rachel Baldwin, she has some really great, she just lives and dies by these scripts that she uses to present discount coaching versus becoming a challenger. And she gets discount coaches all the time. So I can share that if you'd like. She's shared it with me, and obviously you kind of tweak it to fit your conversation. It's just, it doesn't have to be a copy and paste, but it really helps you frame that out. Yes, I will share that. I'll put that in the group as well. So I guess really the biggest thing for you all is that you guys have your systems that you've created, or you're almost done creating those systems. You have your vision. You have your 12-week goals, because we want to do short term. And then once we hit our 12-week goal, we'll have another 12-week, that kind of thing. There's no reason why we can't get there. It's just really just doing it and taking that step forward and, getting it done. I think we have an awesome team of really great women with lots of different personalities. But one thing we all do have in common is that we're all really positive. We all believe in our products, and that's the important thing. And the different flavors we bring to things, I think, is just an added bonus for us. So keep in mind that, like I said, just keep that vision in mind as you're doing this. So with that being said, what I'd like to do is or like to have you guys do this week is has everyone finished the 12-week year? Or has anyone? Okay. If you finished it, share what your next book is in the group. I am finishing up The Universe Has Your Back. I don't know if you've heard of that one. That's a good one just for kind of getting your mindset, your mind frame in a good place, and just kind of setting yourself up. But next in line that I have, and I actually have a paperback copy because I usually do Audible, but Get Over Your Damn Self. And I read like the first chapter. And I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to read this one. So I don't know if you've read this one. This will be the next one. But make sure you get the 12-week year done. If you haven't finished it, finish it up. And make sure you write down your takeaways because I think there's a lot. I may re-listen to that one because I think that's a really good one to keep your mind focused on your goals. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some sort of Google Doc and put it in our goal setters group, and and I'll have everyone's names in there. And maybe once a week, I don't want you to feel like it's a daily. I don't want everyone to feel like there's more work to be done. Maybe like once a week, you put in there how many coach invitations you did, and I'm also going to have a tab for how many coaches you added. It's just kind of an accountability piece, and it's good for me too, to track, or just share. So it's not just me seeing how many people I'm inviting to the coaching opportunity in the week. Everyone else is seeing it, and there's just power in numbers and seeing each other's stuff. So I'm going to work on that. Don't look for it tonight because I'm not going to have it done tonight because I'm probably going to go tuck my kids in, and that's about it for tonight. But and I might do one more post, but that's about it. So in the next couple of days, I'll put something in the group, and hopefully that'll be helpful. It's just supposed to be a helpful tool for us and keep us on track. And the other thing that I will do this week is look into the training I did, and see if there's anything that I can share with you guys. I'm not sure if I can or not. I don't know if there's like rules with it or not, but if you're creating a like page, it's really helpful because like pages are tricky. So, all right. I'm just going to look back at your comments. Yes, I'll share that script. It was Anita Myron's script originally, I think so. I think you're right, Erin. And Rachel probably just adjusted it because Anita Myron's spelling is atrocious. I don't know if you've seen Anita Myron's. It's awful. You can access all her stuff online, which is really cool. But yeah, she's not great at spelling. She's super successful though. So yeah, 12-week year. I love it. You Are a Badass is a good one. But yeah. All right. Does anyone else have anything they want to say or share or ask or anything? I've been yapping for 30 minutes because I've been super motivated today because it was a day off for me. No one? Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right, we will finish up then. So be looking in the group. I'll have some things to put in there for you guys to use. And I guess all I have to say is keep doing your power hour, stick with your business hours, and keep your vision up. And I am excited to see what happens in the next week as we start being more accountable. So, all right, everyone, I'm going to stop recording and end our call. So everyone have a good night, and I will see you all soon.